Hello, thank you for joining us to TLC TV. Kalen Jackson here with sports editor Sam Drought.
Thanks for having me on.
Oh, well, it's a really good day to have you on. There's been a lot going on, and, well, as you know, let's get right to it. Let's get to the elephant in the room, the postseason ban. So, can you just describe the events leading up?
Oh, without a doubt. And I think there was a little rumors and mumblings on Thursday night, Friday morning about an announcement coming. It turned out 1:30, that's when Chuck Smirt, the lead investigator in the allegations with Katina Powell, President James Ramsey, Athletic Director Tom Jurich, and head coach Rick Pitino met with the media, and they announced that there would be a self-imposed postseason ban for the team this year, which was extremely deflating for a team that had been playing so well. Actually, 5 days prior had beaten second-ranked North Carolina for the biggest win of the year for the Cardinals. So it was really kind of a culmination of frustration and sadness for a team that was going to be headed to the NCAA tournament, had high hopes in the ACC tournament as well. So it was very frustrating for the team. Rick Pitino met with his two fifth-year graduate transfer seniors, Trey Lewis and Damian Lee, I think around 12 o'clock. Once it was decided, he told the guys what was going to happen. Then he met with the team at 12:30. It was extremely emotional, very sad for the team because what they work for, and Pitino had been preparing for these guys to be able to play well in the NCAA tournament, and then all of a sudden it's taken from them. And Trey Lewis, Damian Lee came to Louisville to play in the NCAA tournament, and all of a sudden that's all gone. And Trey Lewis said it best, that he doesn't deserve this team doesn't deserve this, and it was very sad for these guys to kind of go through that when they came to U of L to play in the NCAA tournament, to be a part of something special, and it was taken from them, and they were extremely frustrated and extremely disappointed by it.
It definitely hurts, but we're trying to stay as positive as we can and continue being the leaders that we are and lead this team. And this is when your faith is truly tested. And I believe the first thing I treated when I first got here was God got me. And I truly believe that to this day. So,
And from what I understand, so it wasn't just President Ramsey's decision. From what I understand, that Smart presented the allegations, the investigation's findings to Ramsey, and that he had a conference with Tom Jurich and with Pitino before making the decision. Is that what I'm understanding happened?
So what happened, Chuck Smirt, the lead investigator who U of L hired, was kind of going through stuff, and they found some things on Thursday that led them to believe that the NCAA would rule down upon them if an action wasn't taken. And Chuck Smirt believed that it's best in the school's best interest to take a swift action and have this self-imposed penalty. So Ramsey and him spoke. They kind of decided upon it. Tom Jurich was brought into the loop because Jurich and Pitino have been in the dark during this entire investigation. Jurich hasn't been a part of the investigation team. So they brought Jurich in, and Jurich said, this is unfortunately what we're going to need to do. So Jurich confirmed it. Smirt and Ramsey kind of said that this is what needs to happen, and Jurich signed off on it, and he was, on Saturday, Pitino said this was Jurich's decision, and it was. So Ramsey and Smirt and Tom Jurich came to that decision, and then they told Rick Pitino late Thursday night that this is where the program was going to be going.
It's still devastating, hard to hear for the Louisville basketball team that was doing so well, that was getting better, like you said, defeated the number-ranked 2 team for basketball. And we've seen the city just reacting violently, calling Ramsey a coward, saying that the program should be sanctioned. I personally have to side a bit with them. I mean, we have our seniors that have been transferring here that expected NCAA play, and we're kind of crucifying them in order for us to only possibly, because it's not for certain yet, to possibly not have sanctions put against us. But what is your opinion on that, though?
Well, as Rick Pitino said, the system is broken, and it's unfortunate that these guys that had no part in the allegations, the scandal, and all of that have to be penalized for it. But one thing about this is, how long would you want this to continue? Because if you think about it, the NCAA will probably rule down in June or July or so on the investigation. So if the NCAA says this self-imposed postseason ban's enough, then it's over with. And then on the opposite end of that, if they continue to rule and there's postseason bans, scholarship reductions in the coming years, you've got even more and more Cardinals that will be a part of this, and the team has to suffer even more. So in one way, you want to get rid of the penalty as quickly as possible and move on from it. But the problem is when it's the here and now, and you've got these 2 fifth-year guys, and you've got some young guys that still want to experience postseason play as freshmen, as sophomores. It's a tough situation for the university, and Ramsey and Smirt believe that they acted on their own accord and they made the correct decision. And Rick Pitino is a little frustrated by it, and I don't think he believes that they made the right decision. But one thing is that they do have to move forward from it, and I think this self-imposed postseason ban was Ramsey and Smirt's way of moving away and moving forward from this investigation. Mm-hmm. Well, we definitely hit on quite a bit of news topics throughout the week.
Well, fortunately and unfortunately, there's always a lot going on at U of L. It's happening here, and it's happening here a lot. Well, thank you all for joining us for another episode of TLC TV. This has been staff reporter Kaylin Jackson.
And Sam Drought. Thank you for joining us.
We'll see you next time.